So here they go, basically recreating their original fight. Hi guys, my name's Joe, and this is a segment I call Media Fight Monday. So on the first and third Monday of every month, I take a fight scene from movies, television, animation, etc., and I break down the action and give it a grade based on realism and storytelling value. This is a fight scene from a movie called Nagurimono, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. This was a Japanese film. It came out in 2005. My understanding is that the backer for this was Dream Stage Entertainment. They were the owners of Pride Fighting Championships, and in sort of an effort to boost themselves, they decided to make a movie with a bunch of their fighters in it. This particular fight features Don Frye and Yoshihiro Takayama. They are known for having a very exciting but very non-technical fight. They had a slugfest. It's one of the better known fights from Pride Fighting Championships. They just sort of met in the ring and grabbed each other and just started punching each other. And it was exciting for a lot of people. Didn't tickle my fancy because I'm a bit of a technique snob. But they are featured together in this film, and they basically recreate a lot of elements from that fight. As far as the backstory to this scene, there's a merchant who has decided to pit two rival Yakuza gangs together in the 19th century, and in order to settle who he is going to side with, they are going to have a fighting tournament featuring their fighters. These are two of the fighters in the tournament. That's it. So here they go, basically recreating their original fight. You can see that they seem to be punching one another in the shoulder mostly. Oof, good knees from the clinch, punches to the body. That is a wrestling move known as a lateral drop. So basically your opponent's pushing into you, you drop off to the side and you toss them. I don't think this is going to require a whole lot of technique commentary for me. But like I said, you could see that they were punching one another more or less in the shoulders, which is fine and sort of makes sense, because you can't really punch another person in the face for an extended period of time and do take after take on camera. Ooh, nice head kick. And then we go back to slugging. Good punches to the body. I think that head kick was meant to be representative of a loss that Don Frye had at one point in his career. I think he was fighting Gary Goodridge and was dropped with a kick like that. Now, in this fight, you can see that they are both pressing forward. They come to grips a lot. This is going to involve a lot of what is sometimes called dirty boxing, which is punching somebody up in the clinch. We see Don Frye is deciding to work the body a lot while he is facing knee strikes. Neither guy is really showing a whole lot of wear. That is not realistic. More body shots. Now, yeah, you do want to frame off of someone's face to push them away. That's a good idea. Frye took him over with a headlock throw, and Takayama rolled through with it, which is legit. You know, I've seen it firsthand. I may have been involved in it once or twice. But yeah, if you throw someone with a headlock, when you hit the ground, you need to flatten out so that they do not roll you in turn. And we see a knockdown from Takayama. He's backing off. Not entirely sure why. And here we go with the clinch punching again. Uppercuts to the chin. Oh, that's good. Holding his hair and punching him. Gets clubbed in the back of the neck. Here's a little bit of trivia. There was a boxer named Daniel Mendoza back in the old bare knuckle days. And he faced a guy who just grabbed his long hair and just started punching him repeatedly over and over. And pretty much from that point onwards, every competitive boxer in England shaved their heads. So another knockdown from a punch to the chin. Knees to the body again, which is a good tactic. Punch to the body, punch to the head. Now they're just slowing down and slugging it out. Oof, another clubbing blow to the back. Knees are good. Knees are vicious. Some more punches. Frye getting in with uppercuts, although again, right now they're back to sort of like punching each other in the shoulder. Which is not realistic, but again, if they hadn't slowed it down, we probably wouldn't have seen it that much. And this is also reminiscent of what happened in their fight. Takayama went for a throw, and Frye just sort of sat on him and finished punching him out, which is what he's doing right now. And the fight's over. Okay, for realism, these are two real fighters who are reenacting, in many ways, their real fight. I would say, as far as realism goes, it's hard to not give this one an A. I don't know if I've ever given an A+ for realism before. This one might have earned it. Again, they're doing a lot of stuff that they did in their actual fight, just locking up, punch, punch, punch. I would say the most unrealistic aspect of it is they're not really showing any damage. You know, like they are wearing some sort of glove, but you're going to see some swelling in the face if you get hit that many times. And in fact, in the actual fight, yeah, Takayama's face was swelled up pretty good. Nothing they did there was anything fanciful. Everything they did was stuff that they have done as fighters. Except maybe the grabbing the hair bit. I don't know if Frye ever fought under a set of rules where he could get away with that. But again, there's a precedent for that being realistic, and in fact, if you've seen real life fights, chances are you've come across a circumstance where someone grabbed somebody by the hair and started punching them. So yeah, everything they did was realistic. The only not realistic part is the lack of damage. I think I'm going to settle with an A. If they'd shown the damage, I think that would have been an A+. As far as storytelling goes, outside of the context of them having fought for real, and this very much mimicking that fight, if you didn't know about that, this doesn't make an abundance of sense. It's two guys just grabbing each other and punching each other and throwing knees, and you get an occasional throw. But so much of this could have been copy-paste. You know, it may have been in the editing process. There's nothing to differentiate what happened in like the first 10 seconds of the fight from like 30 seconds later. They had the opportunity to include things like groundwork and submissions. They did not. So again, the fight more or less looks the same. It's a bunch of punching with like a throw, and then a failed throw, and the end of the fight. And honestly, I think this is the only time these guys really show up in the film. To be fair, I haven't seen it myself, but they are not the point of the film. What are we learning about these guys that we need to know? We didn't really learn anything about them in the fight, except they're both bulls. You know, they're both gamers, right? You know, they're just going to come charging and hitting and not going to back down. Okay, cool. What effect is this going to have on the rest of the movie? What effect is what story is this telling us in the middle of the fight? Not a whole lot. It's a cool nod to what happened during their actual fight, but in the context of the film, there's not really any storytelling going on. As much as I really gave it a good grade on realism, as far as storytelling, I might have to call it an F, because there's nothing. There's no story here. Just two guys punching each other and one guy wins the punching contest. There's no back and forth. There are not dramatic moments where you pause and like, oh, I can't believe that happened. So yeah, I hate to say it, because these two guys really did fight their heart out in real life, and I appreciate that they sort of brought that same energy to the movie. But yeah, nothing going on. So A for realism, F for storytelling. Thank you for watching. Did you disagree with me? Because I can see that. If you did, please leave it in the comments. Please give me your thoughts. Did you know that these guys had been in an actual fight before? That's all I have for this week. If you would like to help support the channel, or if you have a fight that you would like to recommend, please consider donating to my Ko-fi account. I'm going to put a link to that in the description. Thank you for following along. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.